good morning to you. Welcome to Motivation Monday, where we bring you challenging conversations and inspiring stories. It's so good to see you, and thank you for all of you that are tuned in. I would love to interact and engage with you, so kindly do send us your comments. Just let us know, even as we move along this conversation, some of the things that you're hearing, but also some of the questions that you may have. 20316 is our SMS line. 0786316316 is our WhatsApp line. Today we are talking about life balance. Now, if you are any ordinary human being, you realize that at any one given time, you are dealing with several things all at once. Perhaps you have a job or a business, that sort of is your source of livelihood, but perhaps you have a family that you need to take care of, not just materially, but also the other needs. Perhaps you have friendships that you need to maintain. You have your own personal health that you need to take care of. And there are all these things that you need to balance, so to speak. And the question I wonder this morning is it possible to maintain this thing that people have called life balance? But also, what are the effects, negative, I would add, of not seeking to have life balance? Well, helping us with this conversation is Mr. Frederick Wafula, who is both a motivational speaker and an author, and we'll just be getting to know that motivational speaker of what kind is it, so that, as the memes have gone, I began my chicken business with one feather. We will find out in just a bit. And so kindly do join us for this conversation. Bwana Wafula, karibu sana.
Yes, thank you so much.
It's good to see you this morning.
Good to see you too.
Yes.
I'm blessed to be here once again.
All right. Yeah. So I would just urge that you introduce yourself, and especially that bit for motivational speaker. Maybe you just let us know what kind of a motivational speaker are you, because hey, out here we have suffered things under the hands of motivational speakers.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for having me here. My name is Fred Wafula. Fred Wafula is married to one female wife. I'm blessed with 2 boys. And we stay in Matu, that's Machakos County.
And by the way, I must add, thank you, because the audience might not know, but you made your way here this morning. So thank you for the sacrifice.
By 5:30, I was in Nairobi. So I come from Mumias, that is in Kakamega County, and I fellowship with Redeemed Gospel Church Matu under Bishop Morris Kikului. That's my bishop, my pastor, and that's where I serve as a praise and worship leader, youth patron, and a mission coordinator.
Oh, wow.
Beside that, I'm an electrical engineer by profession. I'm also a motivational speaker. I'm an author. I'm a mentor of the youth. I'm also a praise and worship minister and a trainer, an author, and also poultry farmer.
Yes. You are a poultry farmer.
Yes.
So did you begin your poultry business with one feather? Is that how you began?
Don't worry.
Motivate us.
By the grace of God.
Okay. All right. So we're talking about life balance.
Yes.
This morning, and it is good that you've given us a background of, the various things that you do.
Exactly.
You're a youth patron. You lead the praise and worship team in your church. You, lead the missions. You're a husband. You are a father. Exactly. You have your vocation. You author books.
Yes.
Life balance.
Yes.
Let's begin with, what do we mean when we talk about life balance?
Beautiful. When we talk about life balance, we talk about creating harmonies or a harmony amongst the things you do. That is the line of your calling, the line of your profession, the line of your marriage, the line of your social network, because you also have friends.
Yeah.
The line of your business, because there are also things you are doing to upgrade your economical life or your economy at a personal level. So you need to create what we call a balance, and that's a harmony. And once a harmony lacks, or when there's no harmony amongst the things you do, then what you are looking for is a burnout, because you are a human being, and as a human beings, you are not machines.
Yes.
And therefore, because we are not machines like robots, we need to create harmony so that we don't favor one area too much and leave the other. Or we depend, or we focus on one side so much and we leave the other side that matters. Because at the end of the day, what you may be leaving behind needs you more than what you are focusing on. Maybe you want to grow economically. You are in that level whereby you want to be I call it the champion in the economical structure, that where you come from. You want to be the best man when it comes to a marriage. You want to be the best person when it comes to your ministry, the best pastor ever. But at the same time, your family is suffering because you have never created that bond, that time for your wife. And you know, nowadays, most of the families, if you have realized that, they are suffering because one of the marriage partner has focused on the other things, leaving the family behind.
Yeah.
So once that harmony lacks, one party will suffer. And therefore, by all means, an individual on personal level has to create a balance. And when balance comes in play, then that is where you find somebody living the life in full. That is where he attains the full momentum, the full level of everything that he wants to attain in life.
Yeah.
So it's just about harmony.
Okay.
So that nothing becomes more better than. Although it's not easy, but you can try, and it works, because I've tried on my life and I've seen it working.
So what you're saying is that we must be careful that all these responsibilities that we have are sort of not competing, but complementing each other.
Beautiful. Complementing, because when a complement comes on board, you discover you are growing in both areas. You're becoming, you may not be 100%, but you find you are 50-50 in all both sides. So you find that in ministry you're growing, financial life you're growing, in marital life you're growing, social networking you are growing, economically, that's your businesses you are growing. So you discover all of them are coming up at the same level. And then you find you become somebody who is worth imitating. Yes.
All right.
Exactly.
Now, how have you then, how does this life balance look like for you personally, with the various things that you do? What are some of the things that you have done that then you can advise us? I mean, with also the various hats that we wear, that we can try and attain this harmony that you're talking about.
Beautiful. One thing we should also understand, that life balance doesn't mean perfection.
Okay.
Because at some point, you may realize that things that are not coming up well. Because most people tend to stress to a place where there's more need than the other.
Yeah.
And therefore, when we talk of life balance, we don't mean that you will be perfect in everything. At times you discover that you are becoming weak, a little bit weak in some point. So when we talk of the life balance, like on my side, because I've told you I'm an author, I write books, I'm a poultry farmer, I rear chickens. Yeah, I told you I'm a praise and worship minister, I'm a electrical engineer, I do wiring installations. Therefore, in all those things that I do, I make sure that I work with what we call to-do lists or calendar. Because I must ask myself, or I ask myself every morning I wake up, what is the first 3 things that needs me most for in this week or during this week? The 3 things that matters most. And then when I've already listed the 3 things that matters most, I ask myself, what is the first thing that I cannot do without amongst the 3 things?
Yeah.
So once I've already listed the first thing that matters most, I ask myself, which one is the second thing that can support the first thing I do most?
Okay.
And therefore, after I've already listed the second thing, I ask myself, what can be the third thing that can support the second thing that which the first thing relies on? So I've already come up with the list of the things that matters most. That if I don't put my concentration first on, things may not go accordingly. For example, when I wake up in the morning, because I'm a poultry farmer, I must make sure that my chickens are all taken care of. The food is there in supplies, they have water, where they have been kept is clean. So the first thing I must make sure I wake up in the morning, before I engage myself to begin connect with my clients and trying to write books and other things, I first focus there. That is the first thing that I know. Because if I leave and go at work and they are not fed well, food is not there. I mean, what they feed on, the water and the place they stay, I'm rearing them from, it's not clean. Then I may end up getting a loss. Because at the end of the day, they'll develop some sickness diseases that will bring a loss to me. So that is the first thing I do every morning I wake up. Second thing, after I've done that, now I come back to my my clients that I have already booked an appointment with, or I've I've already scheduled my work somewhere, so that I know, I ask myself, which is the first work that has pressure? So I deal with that one first. I focus on the client that has high pressure more than the other. Because if I don't do that, I may end up also losing that job. Client will tell me, I see you are not a serious man, you are not a serious person. So I must make sure that I serve him or her accordingly, doing his work according to the way we agreed on time, so that I put a good track record of my work there. From there, now I come back, I ask myself, now that I'm through with this one, there are books that I've been writing, I am at this page, and I told myself, by this month, I should be in chapter 4 or 3. Now I come back in the evening, continue or progress with that topic or with that subject matter or with that chapter, so that I make sure that I have come to that level that I wanted during the day. Exactly.
And where is your family in all that? How do you then schedule in your family as well? Because, you know, we also still need time.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, in your case, you're married, you need time for your wife, you need time for your boys.
Beautiful. My wife discovered that I'm a man of many things. Actually, she calls me a coat of many colors. Because now it's good to have somebody who understands who you are. And it helps us to avoid some conflicts and brushing shoulders. So when she discovered, because she works from a bit far, my family is at Masinga. Masinga is on the other side of Masinga Dam. Have you ever heard of Masinga Dam? She works at Masinga Boys. So we agreed that every weekend, once I'm free, I must visit them or they must visit me. That is something we agreed. Whether I have pressure at work or I must put it down for the sake of them. So I ensure, maybe if it is on a Sunday after service, I rush there to see my sons, to see how they are faring on, to check on them, to have a time with them, socialize with them, because I know even children, they need to know which kind of father I am.
That's true.
I need to know how they are progressing. I need to understand if there is some challenges they are facing. Because some of us parents, we tend to focus on what we seem that we are providing. Like fathers, we say we are the breadwinners, and we are the key, the head. But we forget, as the head, the neck needs us, which are the family and the children and the wife. And therefore, I make sure that on a weekend, I create time for them. They either come or I go there to visit them. And if they're coming, I must try my level best to put aside. Most of the cases I do tell my clients that on Saturday, sometimes I may not be there. Or on Sunday after service, don't expect me to serve you or to be at your workplaces to work for you, because I am serving my family, because they also need me. So that is the mkataba we made, the two of us as a family, so that we strike a balance. Nobody feels that.
You've actually said an important thing, that understanding, because what I'm hearing is, you know, somebody can't pick your exact life and apply to them, but there are principles that can be drawn. And one of the things I'm hearing is, that mutual understanding. So
Yes.
in the case of marriage, for example, there must be a mutual understanding between the husband and the wife in terms of the dynamic of their relationship.
Exactly. Very true.
Yeah.
That mutual understanding even helps you to progress together, because once that mutual understanding lacks, one party or one partner will feel that he or she is being neglected, being put aside.
Yeah.
A wife will ask you, so you want to tell me the man you are going to look for is more important than me? Then why did I come to this family? Why did you marry me? What was my role? What was my key responsibility in this family or in this marriage?
Yeah.
So actually that mutual understanding helps people to do things accordingly, and nobody will feel that he's being left out, and you feel that I am not important, I am not valuable.
Yeah.
So very important.
Okay. And now, what have you seen as negative effects or consequences if someone doesn't seek to create this harmony among the many things that are their responsibilities? What are some of the probable effects eventually that one would suffer?
Okay, one of the consequences that somebody may undergo is a total burnout, number one.
Yeah.
Total burnout in a manner that you have been overwhelmed in one area. Let me give it an example at your workplace. You work so much, you wake up at, let me say, 5 a.m., driving your way to the workplace, giving your total whole, you are sacrificially giving yourself to serve your boss, to make him or her feel good, so that maybe you may end up getting promotion. But at the end of the day, you discover that there are some things that are not working on you because you are getting tired, you are getting like you are so stressed because so many things are running in your mind. Every day you are thinking, how will I make my boss certified? How will I make him or her love me or like me? Because I want to be ranked the top performer. I want to be seen as the most serious. When the boss is giving an example of the most committed and dedicated, I want my name, to hear my name coming out from his or her lips. So you are making him or her feel good, but you are burning out. Secondly, the imbalance comes on board. You end up losing some the valuable things in life, because at the end of the day, after you have gotten the best in that area you want, you discover there are some things you are lacking. For example, you have given yourself full for the ministry. You are serving to the best level because you know there is a reward in heaven. You know, your Lord God, or your Father is going to reward you. But you know your body needs exercise. You have never created time for exercise. And therefore, you end up developing some, let me call it diseases or imbalances in terms of your health. You begin to discover that there are things you are losing slowly by slowly in terms of health because you have never had time to go for the gym or to exercise. So you end up developing some complications in terms of your health because you have never created time for health. So you you invite some complications, some health-related complications without your notice or without your understanding, and begin to say, the devil has visited me. He has not visited you.
It is
you visited him. And he welcomed you, said, welcome. Then he came in the form of sickness and disease because you avoided to do exercise or to do something that
take care of your physical body.
Exactly. Take care of your physical fitness. So actually burnout will come, and that sickness or that diseases, health-related aspect, or issues will begin to develop. Another thing that your social, another challenge is that your social network will be tempered with. Because let me tell you, we are a product of influence in life.
That's true.
Every person in life is as a result of another person. And that comes as a result of the social networking we form. You cannot make it in life alone. Once you say you are so much private, or you are so much in certain area, and you avoid certain kind of people because you feel that people are too, people have become so weird, they cannot be related with, your social network begins to suffer, or becomes a big challenge. Therefore, the thing is this: social network will go down or will decrease because you have never created time to coordinate, to network, to get time with people, to know, because the moment you relate with people, they can also help you know where you're working better, or where the shortcomings are. You're incurring shortcomings, and the areas you are becoming weak, the areas you are becoming so strong. So social network will become a challenge to you once you lack balance in life. So that is to say that balance in life is very important. Once you discover that you want to release, that we call, you want to become a person who is harmonious in all details of your life. Exactly.
I think I like what you're saying, and it seems as though if you are not seeking to strike harmony in life, then it's almost as though the total person is affected, because if you're suffering burnout, that's probably you suffering mentally. You know, you may face physical challenges in terms of your health being affected, so you're suffering physically. You know, your family might be affected, so you're suffering relationally. You know, your social networks are being affected, so you're suffering socially. But also, I think spiritually also. You may suffer because all of a sudden you don't have time to pray, you don't have time to study God's word. So it seems as though if you don't seek to maintain this balance, then before you realize, every aspect of your life becomes affected negatively.
By the time you realize, it will be too late. You already become a casualty. And you begin to say, oh, I wish I knew, I didn't know spending much time in this will become this. You see, at times I always say that it is always good. Every time you see, you do some things, try to find out from people, am I progressing? Am I on track? And the best person to give you a positive feedback is your family.
That's true.
You see, it's only in your family where you get a positive. Friends can tell you, you are trying, but they may hide, to tell you the truth, because they don't want to lose you, they don't want to cut that network. But your family will tell you the truth. Whether you are doing well, or there's a place you are missing, or there's a line you are avoiding that can help you become the best person, or become what God has destined you to be. So it is good to always find out, are you on track, or you are off track? By doing so, you can balance your life very effectively.
All right, Sasa, I would want us now to move into, practical aspects of how we can create this balance. But I first want us to listen to a song, and then when we come back, we continue with this conversation. This is Motivation Monday, and today we are talking about life balance. How can you take all the responsibilities that you have and create a harmony so that none of the things that God has placed in your hands is suffering? Please do share with us also your insights. What are some of the ways in which you create balance in your own life? Would love to hear from you also as you send us your comments or even your questions. 20316 is our SMS line. 0786 316 316 is our WhatsApp line. Hopefully, if you're listening to this, you've gotten up. But just in the event that you're listening to this and you are on your bed, please do get up physically, literally speaking. But metaphorically speaking, get up, pick yourself, and let us seek to find a life balance. Welcome. This is Motivation Monday, where we bring you challenging conversations and inspiring stories. And today's conversation is on life balance, how you and I can bring all these responsibilities that we have and seek to create harmony among them. And helping us with this conversation is Frederick Wafula, who's a motivational speaker and an author. My name is Elijah Mokaya, your host, and looking forward to continuing this conversation with you. And so let's get right back to this conversation. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Before we listen to that song, I had mentioned that now we will start getting into the practical aspects of how we can seek to attain life balance. So practically speaking, what are tools or ways in which then we can seek to attain harmony in life?
Beautiful. Thank you so much for that. Now, creating life balance, number one, you need to prioritize your work. I always say, first thing first. What matters most when you wake up in the morning? The reason why some people lose balance is because they have prioritized the wrong things. You wake up in the morning and the first thing it's looking at the internet, WhatsApp, knowing the messages. You want to look at who has said what, status. The whole first 20 minutes you are checking on the status simply because on Sunday you are in a service and you could not make it to check. So you end up in being prioritizing yourself in a wrong way or checking your emails at the wrong time. When you know the first thing you wake up, you should be praying to usher yourself in the presence of God as you trust God for a great day ahead. So prioritize first.
Okay.
Ask yourself, because everybody has a different pattern of day, considering, depending on the type of the life, the type of the things you do, the type of the profession you are, the type of a person you are. So, like for me, I said in the morning when I wake up, the first thing is to make sure that my chickens have been taken care of. So that is prioritizing. Prioritize yourself. What is the first thing you need to do? Once you have prioritized yourself, then you will have set a mood for the day. It will have already given you energy to start the day on the peak level. After you have prioritized yourself, secondly, avoid time wasters. Avoid time wasters.
Okay.
Time wasters is when there is a state whereby you are concentrating on something or you want to do this thing, and then suddenly somebody calls you, where are you? I'm here at the hotel. Come, I buy for you tea. And you know very well, you should be writing a book. You are on now the content is flowing. But suddenly an interrupter has come on board. Now you leave the topic
the
where
productive
writing,
work,
then you rush to certify someone's
for a cup of tea.
For the cup of tea. So you discover that you are not progressing, you have not attained what you wanted to do in that during that particular time, because somebody somewhere has called you for a cup of tea, and because you love tea, and he or she knows that is your weak point.
And it is free tea.
So you rush there. I want to take advantage of that. It's long since I took tea with this man or this kind of person or the kind of a person. And maybe the conversation that is going on there, it is not even profitable. It's not adding value. So you have allowed the time waster to dig in your time to distort your progress on a day. So another thing that can help you actually is to understand your value. Know your value. Know what you value. Because if I know what I value, I cannot go for another thing. I know very well that this is my line of calling, this is my line of gifting, this is what I live, this is what I am, this is my line where I'm driving to. That value will help you stick on it. Nothing will come to tamper with it. And nothing will come to interrupt you. Another thing, feel comfortable to say no. Feel comfortable. Don't feel yourself like maybe a senior man has called you. Like maybe my bishop has called me and told me, Fred, I want to see you. And he's a senior man that I love, that I treasure. And maybe I'm busy on a certain thing. It will not be wrong or sin to tell him, sir, can you just give me 20 minutes? I'm working on some things. And then I'll call back or I'll come to see you. So don't just say, oh, He has called me. I need to respect this. It's anointing. Eh?
So you put everything aside.
You put everything aside. You rush speedily to the office or to wherever he's calling you, just because you want to feel, to make him not feel that you are ignorant or arrogant. So feel comfortable to say no.
Yeah.
Because you are also on a track. I mean, you are on a race towards achieving certain kind of level in life. So if there is anything that comes to disturb or to distort that progress, don't feel ashamed or don't feel like you are making a mistake just to say no to it. So by doing that, I tell you the truth, you will have strike a balance. Another thing, understand that imperfections are there. In case you feel imperfect in one line, don't feel so guilty that I have found myself in one area too much. Because self-judgment, which begins from you, can kill your motive, your pure motive. You judge yourself and feel you are not to that standard. I feel I'm not doing well. So you judge yourself, and at the end of the day, it kills your motives, your pure motive, that is, it kills your drive that is in you, it kills your determination, and you say, this life lacks balance. You put everything aside. You tell people life has no balance. After all, let's move on. So it's good to prioritize. First thing, as I mentioned, it is good to say no to where things does not apply. It is good always to avoid time wasters. People comes on a way to interrupt.
People or things.
Exactly, to interrupt your schedule. Another thing that I've forgotten, I want just to mention, that set boundaries.
Okay.
Set boundaries. Somebody can come in your house or in your office. He wants to talk to you, and maybe you are on a serious phone call with a client. It is not bad or it's not wrong when you just tell person, just wait, I'm on a serious call. I'm on a serious, give me 30 minutes. You have already set boundary. He or she will not interrupt your move, and you will invite him or her to engage with you with that matter or business or whatever when you are through with what you are handling. So just set boundaries. Say, this one, not now, wait. It will be okay. Yes. Those are practical ways.
I like that. But one of the other things is the reality of life is that we have many things that we need to do. And it always seems like there is so little time. You know, you have 1,000 things to do and you only have 24 hours. So how are we to take advantage then of 1,000 things to do, only 24 hours? And some of that need to be spent sleeping. How then are we to do, time management? I notice you've written a book, excuse me, what is the time by your watch? So how are we to sort of manage our time well? And maybe you could tell us, what is it that you're talking about in your book?
You see, there is a common saying that has gone viral in our century. In Swahili, they say it this way, mambo ni mengi,
masani
machache.
Things are many. Loosely translated for our international audience.
Okay.
Things are many.
Things are many.
Time is little.
But time is limited.
Very loosely translated.
And you see now, actually, if there is the most valuable resource that God has distributed to all of us across the nations of the world is time. To the rich, to the poor, to the strong, to the weak, to the young, to the old. Time has been equally distributed. That means nobody has 24 and another one has 3 hours. We have all the same time. The rich and the poor, the same time. That is to say, it's not a matter of how that time is being put into use, how that time is being actually utilized. Let me tell you something. I discovered in the Garden of Eden, if Eve could have told Satan, get out, I don't have time for you, then Eve could not have been at that point.
Could not have been tempted.
I have no time for you, get out of my sight. Then could not have been tempted. It was a matter of time misuse. Heeding, listening, obeying or being driven to that point and giving time to the devil. Okay, that one aside. Now, time being a scarce resource to everybody, it is now becoming valuable to those who knows how to maximize it. One of the best author I love is called Kennedy Martin. Kennedy Martin is a certain author. He said that time has to be used as a tool and not as a coach. Use time as a tool
Not
and
as a
not as a coach. Now, why a tool? A tool is used for a purpose of sharpening something or creating something better or creating a certain pathway. So once you use it as a coach to sit on it, you'll end up wasting it. It will not.
Oh, you mean a couch?
A couch, yes.
Oh, so
to
time
sit.
should be used as a tool, not as a couch.
Couch, yes. As a tool to make something better. Because we are all products of time.
Yeah.
You are the way you are today because of the time, how you use your time. I am the way I am today on how, because of how I value my time.
Do you even know we measure life using time?
Exactly.
You know, I am 20 this year. Even our markers of life is time, actually.
Exactly. I can break my ears in terms of minutes.
That's
terms
true.
of seconds, in terms of months.
Yeah.
If I'm saying I'm 20 years old, you can break it to months and you say I'm this month's old, until to microseconds. So every day is a time. We always calculate our life in terms of time. That is to mean that time is a very valuable resource that God has given us. That is to mean that if we want to make progress in life and become legacy builders and become people who are influential, that is in positive part of life, then we need to put in account on how we maximize and how we use our time. Why? Because at the end of the day, we will see what you are becoming.
Yeah.
We will see the product you are becoming. And we will know how time has laid a positive, has become a positive factor in your life.
Yeah.
Because if you don't regard it, then most likely you may end up being a loser. A successful person and a losing person, they are all people who have the same time. I always say this, champions have 8 days per week.
Okay.
I mean, mediocres, that is, have 8 days per week. But champions have 7 days per week. Do you know how the 7 days comes? A champion has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Those are 7.
Those are 7 days. That's a champion. And a mediocre or a loser has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and tomorrow.
Oh.
Tomorrow. So, because he does not value the immediate time he has to take it into account, he said, I'll
do this tomorrow.
I'll do it tomorrow. Today, I feel today I'm bored.
Yeah.
And I don't bother.
Let me just lie down.
I just lie down. Let me sleep. I have no. Let me rest. I have nothing to do.
Yeah.
So every day he keep postponing. So he or she wears a cap called procrastinating cap up. Become a procrastinator and misuses time.
Yeah.
And by the time he realizes it's too late, he has already gotten maybe to 50 years, 40. And when he's at 40, comfort him or herself, say, after all, life begins at 40. I have no problem. Let me now begin to live. You forget that life begins at conception. So time management.
Yeah.
How frequent do you watch your watch and do what it says? Because that is very important. Imagine you are just minding your own business in town or at a hotel, and then somebody comes to you and asks you, sir, madam, what is the time by your watch? Then you look at your watch and say, I should be somewhere. Then you discover you have wasted your time. Wasted it completely, like free internet bundles or free Wi-Fi. And then you discover where you are going is late. By the time you arrive there, you are told, sir, madam, unfortunately, it's too late.
Ooh.
We are sorry.
Yeah.
We cannot help you. So you end up getting losses. You end up feeling that you have not achieved anything because of how you have not regarded your time. So time, very important.
Yeah.
Once you are called upon at a place, I've developed a culture of whereby when I'm called at any place, I arrive in time. Not on time,
in time.
If I'm told I should be there by 6, I should at least try my level best by 5. I should be there. Because people see you serious man or a woman of God or whichever by how you regard time.
That's true.
By doing that, sir, you are on track. Even God loves people who takes care of the time. Yeah.
One of the things, I don't know if you are aware of that quadrant that usually people are helped, and we need to be coming to a close in terms of time management, in terms of looking at the activities that you have. You know, it's a quadrant with 4 squares, so to speak. And you have things that are of high importance and high urgencies.
Yes.
Then you have things that are of less importance and high urgency. You have things of, you know, high importance, less urgency. And then you have things that are low importance, low urgency. And most of us, unfortunately, spend our time on things that are low important and are not even urgent. You know, social media and, you know, all these things.
Exactly.
And then finally we find ourselves, now we have gotten to the first quadrant where this thing is both high importance and high urgency.
Exactly.
And there it is just stress that will kill you.
Exactly.
Yeah, but as somebody has said, we need to be always seeking to do things that are of high importance and low urgency, so that if you're always working with things that are urgent, then it will really, really, really kill you.
Exactly.
Now, you have one book here. Excuse me, what is the time by your watch?
Time by your watch? How frequent do you watch your watch?
Okay.
And do what it says?
Aha.
Because every watch has a language.
Okay.
There are people who love wearing watches, but they don't watch their watch.
Oh, they wear their watch, but they don't watch their watch.
Yes.
Wow. So how frequent do you watch your watch and do what it says? Wow, I like that.
It is a language. We are not wearing watch for prestige. I feel, you see, you can have a watch worth 500K, half a million, for example.
Yeah.
But when you look at the value of your life, the value, we are not talking about the price. The value of your life cannot even amount to 50 bob.
Oh, okay.
Because the value is not about the price. It's not about the bank accounts. It's not about the big pocket size. It's about how valuable are you in terms of impact, in terms of influence you are creating.
Okay.
And therefore, we should not just go for the actually having a watch. It is good to have a watch in your heart, even if it is in your hand, because you value the watch in your heart that will couple or intermingle with the watch.
Physical watch.
The physical watch is because you really value time. So this book talks more on the aspect of time management.
Okay.
The things you need to do, the things you need to regard, to put into consideration when we come to time management, so that at the end of the day, you say, for real, I have a big God.
And I've watched my watch. Now, because I really need to close this, where can someone find your books? If someone wanted to get a hold of the books that you've authored, where can someone find that?
Okay, my books are Nuria Bookstore.
Okay.
Nuria Bookstore is here in Nairobi. They can also be found through all my social media handles. Frederick Wafula, the minister, in TikTok, Facebook, WhatsApp. Also, my phone number is 07-270-5499. Somebody can WhatsApp me and we get in touch. Also through my email, ofulafred04@gmail.com. I've written 7 books, by the way. This is the 5th book.
This is the 5th one?
The 5th book.
Wow, 7. And all those people can access, if they go either to your social media accounts, Nuria Bookstores, if they look for Frederick Wafula, they'll be able
minister,
to find.
they can get me and they'll be blessed.
Wow. Thank you, sir. This has been a privilege. And thank you for making your time to be with us. And may God continue to enable you to find this perfect balance in all of life.
Thank you so much. I'm grateful.
Asante. Well, we have come to the end of our conversation. Mr. John Githanga, thank you so much for that comment on how you have continued to create life balance even as you minister to the people in Nakuru County. If the programs that we bring to you are a blessing, kindly consider joining us and being one of our partners. Send an SMS with the word partner to 20316 and somebody will get back to you. Or you could donate right now by using paybill number 316 and for account just write your phone number. I really do hope that you will actually seek to find harmony in life, because then you'll be able to thrive. See you on Monday as we look at how you and I can keep fit. God bless you.